The Michael Porter Jr. Cam Johnson trade came out of absolutely nowhere yesterday and is one of the most surprising trades I've seen in a while, so let's talk about it. So for the Nuggets, they get Cam Johnson straight up in exchange for a 2032 unprotected first and MPJ. Cam Johnson is a really good movement shooter and just a great scorer from all three levels. He's about equivalent of a scorer to Michael Porter, but he also moves the ball and plays defense, two things that Michael Porter Jr. doesn't really excel at, and his contract is also half the size of MPJ's, so I think for the Nuggets, this is a worthwhile swing. I think Cam Johnson is basically straight up a better player, and they get a ton of value out of him by getting that financial flexibility. It allowed them to sign Bruce Brown, and I think it's a retool that makes a ton of sense. Cam Johnson was already a very good scorer, and now he gets to play with the best playmaker in the NBA. I think he's going to be an amazing fit there, and I'd give the Nuggets an A for this trade. I think it is excellent value for them. Even if that 2032 pick is a big risk, if this team wins a championship next year, they do not have to apologize for that. And honestly, I don't really think they're going to be bad in 2032. The Nuggets will be able to position themselves around that draft pick, and Nikola Jokic could still very well be on the roster by then, and they could still very well be good because of that. Conversely, I think the Nets kind of got cooked in this deal a little bit. It's not bad for them, but I also don't think it's as great as everyone is making it out to be. Michael Porter Jr. is a super expensive movement shooter who, again, doesn't really play a ton of defense, isn't a playmaker at all. I mean, the fact that him and Cam Thomas are on the same team is just... it's just so funny. Porter is younger than Cam Johnson by 2 years, though. And I guess because the Nets are about to enter the dark ages of their rebuild, he does sort of fit well there, and they can sort of decide what to do with him later. They could flip him once his deal is up, or they could keep him for the long term. Either option is decent. I don't think he's an amazing player, and he's got some obvious injury concerns, and this is pretty much the player he's going to be. I don't think he's going to unlock some new off-the-dribble abilities now that he's in Brooklyn. So I'm not as big of a fan of this trade for them, although that 2032 pick is very enticing. I don't anticipate it will be amazing, but you never know. 7 years is a long ways away, and that's a good asset for them. So for the Nuggets, I'll give them an A for this trade, and for the Nets, I'm going to give them a strong B-.